The night started like any other, quiet, ordinary, wrapped in the kind of stillness that makes life feel secure and familiar. But with only a few words, Anna managed to shatter that sense of calm completely. We were finishing dinner when she brought it up again, the idea of going to a swingers party. She'd mentioned it before in passing, always with a laugh, and I'd taken it as a joke. This time, though, there wasn't even a hint of humor in her tone. She spoke softly, deliberately, her words careful but charged, like she was testing the limits of my patience. "I think it could be exciting," she said, her eyes fixed on me. I set my fork down and looked at her, searching her face for some trace of a smile, a sign that this was all just another one of her provocations. "Anna," I said slowly, "I don't think that's a good idea." I tried to keep my voice calm, reasoning with her. We'd built a life together, a home, a marriage, a sense of stability. I didn't want to risk any of it. She laughed lightly, brushing my concern aside. "You're overreacting. It's just a party. People do this all the time. It's harmless fun." But her words landed like a blow. For weeks, I'd felt something shifting between us, subtle but unmistakable. She'd been spending more time getting ready in front of the mirror, less time really talking to me. There was a distance in her eyes I couldn't name, like a veil between us. The woman sitting across from me felt unfamiliar, like a stranger wearing my wife's skin. Her suggestion only confirmed what I'd been too afraid to admit. "Why now?" I asked quietly. "Why is this suddenly so important to you?" She set her wine glass down with a sharp clink. "I just want to try something new," she said firmly. "I don't see why it has to be such a big deal." "It is a big deal," I replied, steady but aching inside. "You're asking me to gamble everything we've built." Her eyes hardened. "I'm not throwing anything away," she shot back. "I just want to make things more exciting." The air between us thickened, heavy with everything neither of us could say. I wanted to keep talking, to make her understand the weight of what she was doing. But deep down I already knew. Her choice had been made. That night she left. I stayed behind, the television flickering quietly in the corner, though I couldn't tell what was playing. When she appeared in the doorway, dressed in a way that made my chest tighten, I realized just how far she'd drifted from me. She looked stunning, but not for me. "Trust me," she said softly, avoiding my eyes as she pulled on her coat. "It's just for fun." I wanted to believe her. I wanted to believe that we could still fix things. But when the door shut behind her, the silence that followed was suffocating. I wandered through the house for hours, trying to fill the void she'd left. I kept replaying our conversations, searching for the moment everything began to crumble, the moment I stopped being enough. By the time the clock read 3 a.m., something inside me had fractured beyond repair. When Anna finally came home, she didn't look elated or free. Instead, she seemed hollow, her eyes clouded, her movements slow, as if weighed down by something she couldn't name. Her gaze fell on the folder resting on the coffee table, the divorce papers I had filled out earlier that night. "What is this?" she asked, her voice trembling as she flipped through the pages, hands shaking. "I told you," I said quietly. "This isn't just about tonight. It's about everything. The distance, the lies we pretend not to see, the slow decay of us. I can't keep pretending we're okay." She sank onto the couch, gripping the papers like they burned her skin. "Please," she whispered, tears streaming down her face. "I didn't mean for it to go this far. I never thought it would." Her regret sounded sincere, but it couldn't erase the months, maybe years of erosion that had led us here. I sat beside her, heart aching, but my decision was unshakable. "It's over, Anna," I said, barely above a whisper. "I've tried. I really have. But I can't live like this anymore." She reached for me, sobbing, repeating "I'm sorry" over and over, as if the words themselves could pull us back to what we once were. But the space between us had become a canyon. The trust was gone, the love worn thin. As her cries filled the room, I felt the sharp sting of loss, not just for her, but for the life we'd built, now crumbling in front of us. Ending it felt like tearing out a piece of my soul, but deep down I knew there was no other choice. The story we had written together had reached its final page. All that remained was silence and the long, lonely road ahead.